What was the reason for Rickson no longer cornering Royce? That's actually one of my questions.
That's a very good question. After UFC 3, I get a phone call from Rorion over at the academy. He says, the old man is in town. He met Helio.
Yeah.
I always wanted to see Helio. You know, he was fascinating to me. So Rorion says, we want to have a meeting at the WOW office on Saturday. I said, well, with who? He said, me, the old man, Royce, and Rickson. I said, it's done, whatever you need. He said, I'll tell you tonight. He said, but I have a plan. He had already talked to Royce. He had gotten Royce to step down. Royce was going to voluntarily leave the UFC after UFC 3. They all came over to the office Saturday morning. I had a big blue table, which was acted as my desk. I'm sitting behind the desk. Rickson is on my left. Rorion is seated right next to him. And on the couch is Helio Gracie. And sitting next to his father is Royce, sitting there with his head down, not saying a word. Rorion had already put it straight with him. You're not going to be in. We're going to let your brother come in. And at that point, I had the fish tank, and it had been in Royce's apartment with the piranhas. So he's sitting next to the fish tank with the piranhas, with his head down, and Rickson comes in. And Rickson comes in and sits down, and he bows to his father, and he nods to Rorion, and we get talking. And Rickson says to me, he said, I understand that Rorion has talked to Royce, and you would be interested in my coming in. I said, yes, absolutely. He said, I want $1 million. I said, Rickson, nobody's getting $1 million. We don't have $1 million. They're getting $60,000, $70,000. He said, I want $1 million. At that point, Rorion, who had not said a word, the old man raises his hand and stands up. And in Portuguese, he says something to Rickson. I later got Rorion to translate it. Here's what the old man said to Rickson. When I was your age, we did jiu-jitsu not for the money. We did it for the honor of Gracie's jiu-jitsu.
Wow.
Doesn't say another word. He sits down. Rickson stood up, nodded at his father respectfully, didn't even look at Rorion, shook hands with me, didn't even look at Royce, and left. And that's the last time I had a discussion with Rickson Gracie about the UFC story.
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing.